Hi there, football fans, and welcome to Transfermarkt TV International. My name is Trevor Evans, bringing the latest news, rumours and statistics from across the world of football. But we're going to get started with the sad news that Diego Maradona has passed away in his native Argentina. Considered to be one of the greatest footballers to ever grace the pitch, he was loved and adored by all football fans, but a little bit controversial but we loved him all the same. So with that passing, we're going to take the first part of the show to really reflect on his career and appreciate what the player he was. So he starts his career in Argentina with Millonarios before he moved to Boca Juniors. He was picked up by Barcelona very, very quickly, where he shone. In his first season there, he scored 30 in 45 games. He was then signed by Napoli for a world record fee at the time of 7.5 million euros in 1984. He unlocked the legend status and was really blasting away at his time in Napoli. He scored 115, assisted 29, and in 259 games just. He was explosive, made things happen, and was a dynamic, short little stocky fella on the pitch. He also shone for Argentina and did quite well against England in the World Cup. The hand of God moment, here we are. And he also scored quite simply one of the greatest individual efforts on the World Cup stage in the very same game. He went on to lift the World Cup and led Argentina on the way to success. There he is, moment of glory, lifting the trophy, and that's the difference between him and Messi that people compare. Has he won the World Cup? Has he not? Maradona did. His most successful spell was at Napoli, where he secured 2 Champions titles and also won the Cup Winners' Cup, the UEFA Cup and the Super Cup before obviously controversy kicked in and he was banned for 15 months after testing positive for cocaine. From there, it was a downward spiral for both country and club. So he managed to rebound from the 15-month suspension to lead Argentina to the World Cup final against Germany, which they inevitably lost, and rediscovered his form to compete on the international stage for a few more years. He then put his troubles in Italy behind him with a transfer to Sevilla in La Liga, despite interest from other clubs. He really wanted to move back to La Liga, before returning back to Argentina, where he represented Newell's Old Boys for a few more years, before finishing up at Boca Juniors, where it nearly all started. On the international football stage, he was loved by all. The things he did on a football pitch was admired by everyone, and he managed to deliver for Argentina on the international stage. He's held in high regard by many of the players he played against and with, and he's going to be missed by the football community as a whole. The people of Napoli even want to rename the stadium after him. So with that, we say gracias, Diego, for gifting us with the world of football. So with that, we encourage you, take this time, go find videos of Maradona, learn about him. He's quite the character, brought some magic to the pitch and really invigorated the beautiful game. So with that, we're going to get back to our regular programming, and it's into the rumours. And Sami Khedira is a man no longer in demand at Juventus. The 33-year-old former German international and World Cup winner has lost his place in the team, and he's played 0 minutes so far this season. He's no longer satisfied by that situation and looking for game time. The Premier League, his agent is chasing a big deal for him there to see it out. His contract expires in the summer, but he could potentially leave in January. He's been targeted by Everton. There's an Ancelotti link there from his time at Real Madrid. And during his time at Juventus, he was no flop. 145 games, 21 goals, 13 assists. Being tipped to sign everybody at the moment, and they're looking for a trio from Tottenham. Dele Alli up first. Paris Saint-Germain nearly signed him in the summer, and now Everton are on the radar. Expected to deliver so much on his day. He's quite the player, but the 24-year-old England international has a bit of a personality clash with Mourinho. He's deemed to be lazy, but he did score 8 and assisted 4 in 25 games this last season. However, his market value is declining, and he's not featured quite so prominently so far this season. Up next, another midfielder is 24-year-old England international Harry Winks, who actually came through the youth ranks at Tottenham and is quite the fan favourite. He hasn't really featured too often this season, just 4 Premier League games, but he's made a total of 152 throughout his career. Perhaps Everton could be on his tail too. And last but not least, Gazzaniga could be lined up as a replacement for Pickford, who's being seen as a weak link within the team as he's very error-prone. The Argentina goalkeeper, he's managed 1 cap, has only played 37 times for Spurs in 3 years, most of those coming last season when Lloris was injured. He's kept a total of 10 clean sheets and has a current market value of just €4 million. So, Everton fans out there, come on, tell us who you think. 2 of those 4, who'd you be taking and why? We want to hear. And maybe Ancelotti's listening. Maybe he'll pick up 2. Anyway, next rumour. Perhaps you'd even prefer this one. Christian Eriksen is on his way out of Inter Milan, having not even spent 1 year there. The 28-year-old international, it's been confirmed by the CEO that he's not going to be around much longer. It was very effective in the Premier League and created more than any other player during his 7-year stint, and his current contract runs until 2024. However, he's surplus to requirements as he's not fitting in with the team. Arsenal, Bayern, Paris Saint-Germain, Dortmund, all sniffing around. His market value has decreased by 50% in the last 18 months from 100 down to €50 million. The fee is expected to be around €27 million to complete this deal, which is actually what they paid Spurs for in January. Someone who has been a success in his new club is Thiago Silva. The 36-year-old former Paris Saint-Germain and Brazil international has been a revelation in Chelsea's defence. He scored 7 in 89 caps for Brazil, and he's bringing some of that form to Stamford Bridge. He scored 1 in 5, and he's really cemented the team together and kept a string of clean sheets. It's expected he's going to extend his stay by 1 year until 2022. And last but not least, we've spoken about him before, and he's back on the radar of some big clubs. Aston Villa shining in the Premier League and looking to add to their attacking threat. Bremen winger Rosička, it's been targeted in the summer, and it looks like it's going to be reopened in January transfer window. Now on to our favourite topic, market value update. And we're focused on the Bundesliga this time. There's some big names in here with some big increases and, surprisingly, a drop for one of the superstars. So first up, we have Erling Haaland, who has been on fire. It's seen his market value shoot up by €20 million to 100, and with good cause. In his entire career, he's had 91 shots on target and scored 70. So, if he's going to play, you expect him to score. Up next, Jadon Sancho, and it's bit of a sticky one here. The England international has played 6 Bundesliga games, assisted 2 but scored none, which is a big loss in form, which explains the €17 million drop in valuation to €100 million. Let's face it, still a big player, high standards, but that's what we measure him against here. The third Dortmund player on our list is Giovanni Reina, but he's by no means the last, and he's been getting lots of game time. He's featuring frequently, scoring goals and assisting at will. The American has a huge marketing potential due to his obviously US roots, but with soccer growing in the States, will a club be willing to take a big plunge to tap into that potential? And Moukoko, who made his Bundesliga debut at 16 years old and 1 day for Dortmund on the weekend, his market value has been set at €10 million. And if he can replicate what he's been doing on the youth level for Dortmund, at the senior level, his market value is going to explode to the levels of Haaland and Sancho very, very quickly. Another young player who was the youngest player for Bayern and also the youngest goal scorer. Will he play for England? Will he play for Germany? Remains to be seen. But his market value has shot up from €1 million to €10 million. Immense potential. He sees things, and he's taking advantage of the opportunity and making things happen. Up next, Thuram of Mönchengladbach, and he's been playing in the Champions League this season, which attributes to some of the increase of the €8 million to 40, but he's also been scoring and assisting along the way. Big clubs paying attention here, and will a big deal happen in January or next summer? That is the big question. Hernandez recovered from injury and has worked his way into the Bayern team. He's been quite the staple player, performing to a high level, which has seen a rise in his market value. The young Frenchman is going on to big things. And last but not least, Kramaric is at the top of his game. He's scoring goals at will for Hoffenheim and has seen an increase in his value. It could have been higher, but age is against him in this capacity. Tried his hand in the Premier League with Leicester City, but was deemed surplus to requirements, but he's making it happen in Germany. So what do you think of those market values, guys? Do we have it spot on, or are there any you disagree with? Any players we've missed from the list that should have a big increase, or is there someone who you think isn't quite cutting it? So, comments below, like, share, tell your friends, but please go and appreciate Diego Maradona and look forward to the football this weekend. So until next time, take it easy. Bye.